So the Cricut Maker 3 has just launched in South Africa, and you're not sure whether you should get the brand new Cricut Maker 3 or go for the Cricut Maker. In this video, I'm going to go over many differences between the two machines and hopefully help you to decide which one is best for you. Starting off with some of the cosmetic differences on the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Maker 3. The Cricut Maker 3 is currently only available in one color, and it is a light bluish grayish color, whereas the Cricut Maker is available in South Africa currently in two colors. We have the champagne, which is the one just off to my right, and then we also have the rose gold color available. On the front of the Cricut Maker, you will see it says Cricut Maker. However, the difference on the Cricut Maker 3 is that it only says Cricut. The Cricut Maker 3 also says Cricut Maker 3 on the blade housing, whereas the Cricut Maker does not. The buttons have also been slightly redesigned. The load and unload button looks slightly different, and what I like to call as the Make It button also looks slightly different. It's no longer the Cricut logo, it is now a play button to more accurately reflect starting. The Cricut Maker 3 also now has a nice new material guide. This is to help you to load your materials straight to make sure that they will cut correctly. There has also been a sensor added to the machine, which will be able to tell how long the smart media is that you have loaded and if it's going to be enough for your project or not. At the time of filming of this video, there have been no new blades announced for the Cricut Maker 3, and it also makes use of the adaptive tool system, so all of the blades that you have for the Cricut Maker are available for the Cricut Maker 3. The Cricut Maker 3 also makes use of the drive housing, which allows for increased pressure to make use of things like the knife blade, to cut things like balsa wood, and also for the rotary blade to help you get slightly better and more accurate cuts, as the drive housing makes use of a better turning mechanism for increased precision cutting. You'll also find that the contents of what comes in the box also slightly different. When you buy the Maker, in your box you'll obviously get your machine, but you'll also get the fine tip blade. Now that is the same standard across both of the machines. However, when you buy the Maker, you will also get a light grip mat, a fabric mat, a rotary blade, a black pen, as well as a few materials to get your first cut going. However, because the Maker 3 can cut materials without a mat, you actually don't get a mat in your box, as they are trying to promote smart cutting, so cutting without a mat, but you do get some smart materials to use in your box. So instead of getting your mat and your rotary blade housing, you will just get the fine tip precision blade. Along with your Maker 3 comes a 12x12 of smart sticker cardstock, smart iron-on, transfer tape, and smart removable vinyl. And in the little white box comes your safety instructions, user guide, warranty card, setup guide, and another piece of smart removable vinyl. Now that I've mentioned smart materials, that's one of the new things for the Cricut Maker 3. The Cricut Maker 3 is able to cut without the use of a mat. With the Cricut Maker, you can cut 29.2 centimeters or 11.5 inches in width and only 24 inches or 60 centimeters in length. However, with the Cricut Maker 3, you can cut up to 29.7 centimeters wide or 11.7 inches and up to 3.6 meters in length using smart vinyl. Both machines also come with two different tool clamps that you'll be able to use with your pens, your scoring tools, as well as your drive housing and your fine point blades. An added benefit of the Cricut Maker 3 is you're able to cut up to 2 times faster. This is exceptionally useful if you're going to be cutting up to 3.6 meters in vinyl. Editing Kelly here. So one of the things that I forgot to show you about the machine is actually how fast it actually cuts. So we've just done some test cuts and I will show you the footage of the normal Maker doing a normal cut, and you'll see just how much faster the Maker 3 cuts. So as you can see, the Maker 3 is quite a bit faster than the original Maker, even with fast mode on, and the accuracy of the cuts is still fantastic. As we can see here on this little bear, with lots of intricate cuts, and it's still cut beautifully. Another thing that you may not have noticed from that last clip is actually the sound levels of the different machines. Now, it does seem to me like the Cricut Maker 3 is a little bit quieter than the Maker, which if you, like me, get your second wind late into the evening and 12 o'clock at night you suddenly realize that you want to craft something, but the entire household is asleep, well, then that might be a little bit easier with the Maker 3. I'm going to play the two clips so that you can hear the difference in the sound levels on the two machines. The setup for the Maker 3 is almost identical to any of the other Cricut machines. You first update the machine, and then it takes you step by step through your first cut. Where you will start seeing changes, however, is in Cricut Design Space. You'll see it now changes to a black theme, for me anyway, and when you click the Make It panel, it'll now ask you if you want to cut something without a mat, with a mat, or if you want to cut things in multiple different ways. So that's cutting some items with a mat and some items without a mat. Once you have selected without a mat, this is where you'll see some more changes. So you'll see the mat layout looks different, and you can obviously see a red box that'll show you the edge of where you're able to cut. They've also added a nice new feature on the left-hand side, which shows you the height of the media that you're going to need to load. From there, you'll click Continue, and here's where it'll show you the types of material that you're going to need. Now, you will notice that some of the materials are grayed out, because when you're cutting without a mat, you're only able to use these smart materials. So you can once again select your material and carry on as normal. The Cricut Maker 3 is also compatible with the roll feeder. The roll feeder is unfortunately not compatible with the Maker, as it is specifically designed for use with smart materials. They also both come with the USB port on the side of the machine that you can use for charging your devices while using them. Now, it is also important to note that the power adapter is different for both the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Maker 3. The Cricut Maker 3's power adapter has been increased to be able to make use of the faster cutting feature, and it is specifically designed to be able to facilitate faster cutting as well as the use of smart materials. It is recommended that you use the power adapter that comes with your machine, as the amperage can differ between them and you definitely don't want to be messing up your machines. And because of this, the power cords and the receptacles are actually all different sizes, so they shouldn't be able to fit into each other. So luckily, you won't have to worry about getting this wrong. Both the Cricut Maker and the Maker 3 can cut up to 2.4 millimeters in thickness. Now, of course, the new Cricut Maker 3 also comes with a slightly heftier price tag. Here, you'll be able to see the retail value for this machine. The Cricut Maker is currently retailing for around 8,000 Rand. So if you know in your business that you need to be able to cut much longer than 60 centimeters, then you'll need to decide whether this investment is something that's worth it for you. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. If you did find it useful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more Cricut and craft related tutorials in the future. And I hope to see you in my next video. And remember, be kind to someone today. See you soon.